This is the STRIPSACK DUALCAST. I'm the Hawk.
And I'm the Fat Man. Are we ready to listen to a salty Hawk today getting whooped up on by the Rams? I am. This should be good. Let's get into it, Hawk.
All right, guys, just remember, we do our recordings every Friday, every Monday, and every Tuesday. Comment, like, and subscribe. And we're just going to get right into the Sunday recap here. Bucks 46, Panthers 23. Tom Brady, the GOAT, bounce back, 3 touchdowns. And Ronald Jones, monster, 192 yards on the ground.
Texans 7, Browns 10. Hey, look at that. The Browns got a win.
Washington 27, Lions 30. Matty Ice, 3 touchdowns, game-winning drive to the other Matty Ice for a 59 game-winning field goal.
Jaguars 20, Packers 24. Much better game than I thought it was going to be.
Like I said, we may not be right all the time, but we call some of these.
Occasionally, right. Every pig steps in shit once in a while.
Yep. Eagles 17, Giants 27. Danny Dimes can run without tripping.
Bengals 10, Steelers 36. Boy, was I wrong about the Bengals in this game.
Bills 30, Cardinals 32. Was it a better throw or a better catch?
Better catch.
Definitely a better catch.
Broncos 12, Raiders 37. As I always like to say, who loses to the Broncos?
Seahawks 16, Rams 23. Way to fall to 7th.
49ers 13, Saints 27. Yep, just like we thought, back up the ambulance to the stadium.
Ravens 17, Patriots 23. Huge win for the Patriots. 2-5. Now they're 4-5. They're coming back.
What a rainstorm. Chargers 21, Dolphins 29. 2 a time. 3-0, baby.
Dolphins are now on a 5-game win streak, and this is the first time since 2001 since they started 6-3. You definitely have something to be happy about.
But the Patriots are coming up, and I'm scared. Bill Belichick's going to pull some Bill Belichick shit, and they're going to end up winning the division.
I got to say, 2 games that were pretty damn good was Washington Lions and Jags and Packers. I definitely wasn't expecting the Lions-Washington game to be that high scoring and to go down to a field goal. That was pretty entertaining.
And Alex Smith actually had a pretty decent day.
He threw 55 times.
Yeah.
That's not bad. All right, Shank and Stank. Bengals got their ass kicked by the Steelers. They shank or stank?
They stank, and we knew that coming into the season. There's a reason why they had the number 1 overall pick. They drafted Burrow. They got some good things going. Burrow is going to be their franchise quarterback for the next 15 years. T. Higgins is playing pretty well. He's a pretty decent wide receiver. The Bengals, they're going to get it turned around here in the next couple of years, but for right now, they stank. And unfortunately, that's what happens when you're rebuilding. And the problem is it's Cincinnati. So, yeah, good luck.
Yep, this is a stank. They were 0-13 on third down. Burrow was 1 for 11 under pressure, and he gave up 4 sacks. And I'm with you on this. They just need to build this up. I really got much. The Steelers just beat them up pretty bad.
Yeah, they have a bright future. And when you look at that division, the Steelers are getting older. The Bengals are getting younger. The Browns are getting younger. I mean, this division could look a little different in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, if the Ravens somehow fall off, sure.
Yeah, well, one bad hit.
Yeah.
One bad hit to Lamar Jackson. We've seen it happen to Baylor Bob. And guess who Lamar's backup is? Baylor Bob. So.
All right. Eagles got their ass kicked by the Giants. Shank or stank?
They stank.
Say it again. Just say it again. Stank.
Carson Wentz stanks. Probably should have kept Nick Foles, who ain't much better. But, Wentz on the season, he's got a 58% completion percentage, 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That sucks. You're terrible. I hate to put it all on Wentz, and because, it's not just the quarterback, but You can't play like that either. I don't see anything good from the Eagles, and I think the Giants are probably going to win that division.
There's a real shot. They both have 3 wins. The Eagles, they were 0 for 9 on third down. Wentz was 21 for 37. Not a very efficient day. But my biggest question is you're down 21-17, right? And you're going for a PAT. Why the hell would you go for 2 there? What's the thinking? If you could potentially be down by 3, why go for 2?
The fix is in, bud.
That's a question mark for me. I don't know. That was, I'm starting to think that this might be a Doug Peterson problem. I mean, the guy goes for it more than anybody on fourth down. He goes for 2 more than anybody. This was a point where he should not have went for 2. You kick the fucking PAT.
He's playing statistics.
Sometimes analytics is not the way to win football games. All right, moving on. The Seahawks got their ass kicked by the Rams. Shanker stank.
Their defense stinks. Their offense had a bad game. Russell Wilson's thrown a lot of interceptions this year.
5 of them in the end zone. 5 picks in the fucking end zone.
It's not the Russell Wilson we're used to seeing. The Rams were coming off a bye week. It kind of went as I expected. They're good. They have extra time to prepare. I think that's what helped make Seattle's offense look so bad today.
Well, I mean, I'm going to go with the Seahawks stank. Last couple weeks, it's been how bad the defense is. I've been saying a bunch of excuses like, hey, we hold somebody under 23 points. We have no worries for this offense. But right now, Seattle's had 10 turnovers in the last 3 games. And, the last 3 losses. That's not good. That's horrible. This offense struggled on third down in the beginning. They picked it up in the second half, but then just started turning the ball over. Wilson, 6 sacks today. He's got no time to throw the ball, so it's not all on him. But, I mean, a couple of it is he had a wide open lane for a first down, and he decided to throw a crossbody into the end zone and get another interception. So I don't know. I mean, this team is looking at a very easy string of games coming up. They got to beat the Cardinals on Thursday, and then it's the Eagles and Giants and Jets. So, I mean, if they win there and rack up 4, they're on 10 wins for the season. So maybe they can get their momentum going with these. Hopefully they don't drop a game to the Giants or the Eagles, because I'll be very upset.
I still think Arizona's going to win that division, being a homer.
I will say that I'm not too confident in Seattle winning the division right now. Not until they start figuring out what the hell's going on over there.
Well, it's kind of like the wheels are starting to come off.
That's what it is.
Like the offense is keeping up with the defense now.
Yep. We went, 6 weeks. We're like, holy shit, we're looking great, and then last 4, 1-3.
I still don't think they stank. I think they're. I think they're just shanking it right now.
I'm just probably salty. I'm just saying these things, but still.
It only, the only time it matters is when playoff time rolls around. So.
Yeah. Well, they went from the 1 seed to the 7 seed in 2 fucking weeks.
It happens. There's still a lot of games left.
Yeah. All right, Dominators. You go ahead and go first. Who's your first Dominator of the week?
So I have Ronald Jones, 23 carries, 192 yards, touchdown. He averaged 8.3 yards a carry. That's pretty impressive.
I got DeAndre Hopkins, 7 receptions, 127 yards. His only TD over 3 bills for the game.
Well, he is an amazing wide receiver, so give him that. Up next, I have Jamie Collins. He had 2 forced fumbles. He recovered 1 of them, and he had 9 tackles today. That's a pretty good game.
My next one is Jalen Ramsey on 30 routes, covering DK Metcalf. He let up 2 receptions for 28 yards. That was a dominating performance.
And then my last one, I got Ben Roethlisberger. He's 27-46, 333 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's a good game for an old man with a bum knee.
Yeah. How about that bum knee? I told you. I told you. I told you. All right, on to some BS. Drew Brees went down today, but they still won against the practice squad.
So he went down with a rib injury. They said he was feeling it in his back. He was a little sore. He's getting an MRI done tomorrow and x-rays to determine the severity. The question is, coming out of this game, okay, if Brees is hurt, it's kind of strange to me that you heard him pumping up Taysom Hill, and then now they're throwing Jameis turnover Winston in there.
Yeah, he just wants to eat his W's.
I'd be a little worried if I was a Saints fan if we're going to be starting Jameis Winston.
I'm on the other side of this, all right? I'm not saying that Teddy Bridgewater is better than Jameis Winston or Jameis Winston's better than Teddy Bridgewater. I think they're pretty close in talent, but they went 5-0 last year with Teddy B. You know, this team's stacked offensively and defensively. I think they'll be just fine without Drew Brees. But I really want to see what Taysom Hill can do. Why not give this guy a shot? You know, he's made it known in the offseason that he didn't come here to not play quarterback. He wants to play quarterback.
Right. And the difference between Teddy Bridgewater and Jameis Winston is Jameis Winston turns the ball over a lot. I think Teddy Bridgewater is better than Jameis Winston, and I think you would want to put Taysom Hill in there.
I just think they're pretty similar skill-wise. I'm not saying they're, you know, you don't really know. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater
probably has a bigger arm than Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater is also made of, you know, a very fine glass. It seems to shatter every time he goes out in the field, it seems.
Mr. Glass.
Yeah. All right. Up next, what's more exciting to you? The NFC West race for the division lead or the NFC East race for the division lead?
The NFC East race. Because it's just, how bad can you be and still make the playoffs? That's the number one question, right?
You know, I see a lot of Eagles fans bringing up the Panthers record and the Seahawks record when they make the playoffs. You know, y'all are going to probably make the playoffs with 6 freaking wins, maybe even 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you going to say? What are you going to say then? That's what I'm curious. What are you going to say after that? I'm going to go on the other side. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, there's a whole lot of, like, the competition in the NFC West you kind of expected, as far as, you know, we knew the Rams were good. We knew the Seahawks are decent. We knew the Cardinals were going to be better this year. The NFC East, you know, we expected the Cowboys to be good with all the talent on that team and that deep wide receiver core. We expected the Eagles to be, you know, at least a good team, not what we're getting. And, you know, the Giants, who were everybody was kind of like, hey, they're rebuilding. They're not going to be that good. It's funny that they're actually in it to win the East. Even the Redskins, you know, that division is still wide open. Anybody can win it.
Washington.
It's crazy.
Yeah, every team could possibly win that division. You know, again, it just blows my mind that we're going to go through 12 weeks now, at the very least, 12 weeks without a team in that division with at least a 500 record. Blows my mind. That's how bad it is.
And in week 12, we're talking about a team with 3 wins being in the playoffs. That's the even crazier part.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Giants win 2 in a row, though. You know, they went 2 in a row. We're sitting there at 5-7. That's not too bad. Who knows?
It's still bad.
Yeah, Giants entering their bye week, though. But I am going to go on the other side. I think it's definitely more exciting to see what's going down in the NFC West. You got 3 really good coaches, McVay, Kingsbury, and Pete Carroll. You got three good quarterbacks, Goff, Murray, and Wilson, and the division's up for grabs. And it looked like Seattle was, going to take control and had a chance to, facing the Cardinals, facing the Rams, and just kind of fell flat in their face. And now you got three teams at 6-3. I will say this: for Seattle to win, they're going to need the Cardinals and the Rams to split games, and they're going to have to win out in division games. Right now, they're 1-2. And honestly, for the Cardinals, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They control their destiny there.
Right. I still think it's going to be the Cardinals.
I know if I was a Rams fan, I'd be rooting for the Seahawks pretty heavily. Getting a nice, comfortable one-game lead on the division, well, at least over the Cardinals, would be huge for them, because then they would control their destiny if Seattle wins. I don't know. That's dude, just take your jersey off and show the Fitzgerald jersey. All right, just take it off.
No, it's 2 a time.
Yeah, 2 a time. How did he do today?
Hey, did they win?
Yeah, the Dolphins won. I'll give you that.
Threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they won.
I mean, it's been so long since the Dolphins had a winning record. I'll give you a pass.
Rookie of the year, Justin Herbert over there, he didn't break 200 yards either. So,
yeah. All right. Monday night game, Vikings, Chicago. It's a tough one. And it's only tough because it's divisional. I feel like this is a neutral game. I would 100% just straight up pick the Vikings. I think I'm still going to go with the Vikings. Dalvin Cook. I really feel like if the Vikings can get to 20 points, 24 points, the Bears just won't keep up, because that offense is just really struggling. Nagy and Foles, they're just not on the same page. I'm honestly thinking bring Mitchell Trubisky back in. At least he's a playmaker. Not that I think Foles is completely horrible, but I think Trubisky is better at getting you points.
yeah, I'm taking the Vikings too. Dalvin Cook's a monster. That Chicago defense is like around the middle of the pack as far as defense against the run. They allow about 116 yards a game. So I think Dalvin Cook will take full advantage of that. The Chicago Bears offense is terrible. I agree. Let's put Trubisky back in and see what he's worth. Because who knows who their quarterback's going to be next year. Neither one of these guys are really performing that well. And it makes it kind of rough. It makes it hard to call because Kirk Cousins is 0-9 in Monday Night Football. I mean, the guy just does not show up on Monday.
He doesn't show up in prime time, period. He doesn't show up in big games, period. So, I mean, that's another issue all in its own. But I really don't think that Cousins is the guy that's running that offense right now. I feel like it's through and through with Dalvin Cook.
The other thing is, how long are you going to get away with turning around and handing the ball off?
The way he's playing the rest of the year.
I don't know. I think Chicago can make a game of it, but I still think Minnesota's going to win in the end.
Me too. All right, that's all I have, bud.
Yeah, that's all I got. So, same closer as always, guys. Make sure when you check us out on YouTube, you hit subscribe, turn your notifications on so you know when we put the new content out. Feel free to leave comments, which it seems like nobody's doing. Head over to the Facebook page, Fatman and the Hawk. It's a group page. Leave your comments there. Let us know what you want to hear about. You guys are being awfully quiet. Awfully quiet. We want you to come in and talk some shit. So get to it. You could even head over to Anchor FM. It's one of the places we have our podcast. Apparently, you can leave audio messages on there too. So if you want people to hear you talking shit, go ahead and leave an audio message, and we'll figure out how to fit it in the podcast. That's all I got, Hawk. Anything from you?
No, that's all I got. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm the Hawk.
And I'm the Fat Man.
See yous.